What's up, guys? It's Tommy Cleaves. I'm here with Phantogram and Austin Underground. How you guys doing?
Great.
So you guys just came off stage a couple of hours ago, and it was incredible. I had the pleasure of watching you guys do your set. It was really awesome, and I was just wondering if you could talk a little bit about what it was like up there on stage and how it was playing for you guys.
It was a lot of fun. We just did what we normally do. We've been on tour since early February, and unless you're a headliner at a lot of these festivals, you don't get a proper sound check or anything. So we just did a plug in and play thing, and it was a lot of fun, and thousands of people came to see us, and I had a blast.
Yep.
Well, it was incredible. And you guys played ACL last weekend, right? And you're here this weekend again. We just talked about. Have you done anything fun in Austin in your time here?
Sarah had Torchy's tacos.
Oh.
I was pretty jealous because she didn't invite me.
I went to Torchy's alone, but it was totally worth it. It was creepy, but I loved every minute of it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, there's still tonight if you guys want to have some fun. And I read that you guys met in middle school. Is that right? Wow. Okay. So when you guys first met, did you guys immediately hit it off and you guys knew you were going to play music together? You wanted to start a band, or was it something that developed over time?
No, starting a band for us definitely developed over time. We weren't even, like, when we were friends in high school and middle school, we just jumped on Sarah's trampoline in her backyard and hung out and went skateboarding and stuff like that. And to make a long story short, we started the band in our late 20s, really. And I was experimenting with a lot of ideas, and Sarah came along and threw on her great voice and she was very like-minded, and we started a band, and it works really well.
Definitely does. A lot of us are glad you guys met each other in middle school. And so you guys have a very rich, eclectic sound, a very big sound, but you're just a two-person band. Now, does that present any challenges for you guys when it comes to playing your music live?
It used to, but since we put out Voices, we had in mind that we were going to have a couple more players on stage with us. So when we made our first record, we didn't even have fans. We didn't have a live show or anything. We were just making music that we wanted to listen to. And now with Voices, we kind of constructed it in a way where we had other players in mind and how we could execute it in a live scenario.
Well, you guys had a great band up there with you. And speaking of your rich, eclectic sound, I'm curious how songs are born for you guys. Did they start on an acoustic guitar and a piano, or did they start as more dense things closer to the final product?
It's different for every song. I think we don't have necessarily a formula, but we gravitate whatever's inspiring. It could be a piano, it could be a guitar or a sample from an old record, or a deep, heavy synth bass, or a melody. But every time it's different. A lot of the songs were off of Voices were definitely inspired from beats that Josh worked on tour before we started writing together, and they built from there. But there are also other songs that started from piano or guitar or vocal. So yeah.
Well, either way, it works out. And since we're the University of Texas, I figured it'd be appropriate to ask you guys what your college majors were if you went to college.
My college major was basket weaving.
Mine was visual arts.
Very cool. Well, I have one last question for you guys, and I'm stealing it from Pat Monahan at Train. It's my absolute favorite question to ask musicians. You guys are no strangers to the road, so I want to ask you what your favorite tour find is. It could be a restaurant that you always go to when you're in a certain town, or a museum, or a favorite hideout place.
I mean, there's a lot of... The cool thing about being in a band is it's allowed us to see much of the world and have a favorite restaurant in certain cities. There's this French kind of Cajun restaurant in Seattle that I really like called Toulouse Petite that I go to every time I'm in Seattle. When we're in Austin, as we mentioned before, like Torchy's Tacos, we love that. Yeah, I guess there's a lot of restaurants that we like to go to. And,
food is pretty much the only time that we have to do anything. So we don't have time to really do much. Unless we get up. Coffee shops are good too, but it's usually the only time you can get is to eat.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. You guys killed it out there. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.